In this video, we're going to talk about another important point, but it's quite kind of a point that it could be quite controversial, and it should be taken with a grain of salt. Because, well, what we're going to talk about mainly is attractiveness and the inability of given that feeling that the woman will never get you. Well, and I'll explain how you can give that feeling out to women. The way I've done it so far, I repute quite successfully, is that I use my own priority in women. Although I like physical attractiveness and how young women are and how hot they are, so to speak, to my preferences. Obviously, I've got my own ways of looking at how hot women may be. What I put in the first place is how much they love me or like me. Number one, that's the number one priority. So if that is there, then the other things, then they can get to bed with me, or we can bang them, whatever. Sometimes I try to bang them. Obviously, the first time around, the way I say it is we bang first and we talk about the rest after. So the number one, in order for me to consider anything with a woman, I have to bang them first, and then we can talk about possible ways to be, possible hangouts together and spending time together. So, but if the woman does not, takes it a bit too long, normally now I got so bad. I mean, if it doesn't happen the first date, I'm not interested. I don't even call them back for a second one. Normally, and then if I'm still interested, I would call them for a second or third date once I've exhausted any other new dates, of course, potential new dates. So I just put them out. Okay, really, I haven't got anything else to do. I'll try again. But so pretty much, number one, first date. If the girl is not that very interesting to me, and if she doesn't bang, or we do not bang on the first date, pretty much I don't call back. If she sort of has slight interest, then I may consider a second date, but only when I've got time, when I really haven't got anything else to do, when I would actually be bored to death, I've got absolutely nothing to do, then I will actually do it. And what I put in my, once I bang, well, we banged, I banged the girl, and she has obviously a great experience with me. I prioritize, because I've got a number of women on the go. I have to prioritize them, prioritize my time. So, and what I find myself is that I get much more return in affection and everything else, and the quality of time in life from those women who love me or like me the most. So number one is how much they love me or like me, or they're attached to me. So that's number one. Number two is how good of a character they are. And number three, how good looking they may be. And then the rest comes, young or whatnot. Obviously, my oldest at the moment is just the same age as me. I used to date older women when I was in my 20s, but now the oldest is the same age as me, pretty much, or a year older than me as such, but no much more than that. They're pretty much younger than me. But again, to put in perspective, the first thing, what I try to do in the first date, see whether we've got sexual chemistry. We bang first, and we talk about relationship. I don't even go there into talking about relationship if we don't bang first. We need to bang, and then we talk about it, because what I find from my own experience is that if I go to women do not bang quite quickly, there may be two reasons. One, they're virgin. Even then, my experience is women who are virgin, if it's on for them, they will be sexual with you anyway. So you may bang them really quickly on the first date, and it happened to me as well with virgins. I mean, what, 2 years, 3 years ago, it happened, and up to 2 years ago, a year, I can't remember exactly, 2 years ago, 2 or 3, I can't exactly remember, because in China, some women are not, they're not the same as are women in the Western world. So even being virgin is not an excuse, absolutely not. So you pretty much get a sense if the sexual chemistry is there, and if the sexual chemistry is there, it's because she likes you. If you're not the provider and anything else, so that's priority number one. So we bang first, or we get close to it. If they're virgin for some reason, they can't do. They have their period. They're on their period, and so on. There's an excuse. It's a good excuse. I mean, it's not. It's a good reason. Sorry, it's a good reason, but there's no excuse to delay sex. If you read the Rational Male, that talks about that as well. Actually, before I ever knew about that book, I already stuck to that role anyway. Because what I found is in my experience, women who have you to wait a number of dates for sex is simply because they don't like you. Most of the time, it's because they don't like you, if they don't have a genuine reason. It happened to me a number of times that say, well, the girls on the first date, look, I'm sorry, I'm on my period. So they knew they wanted it, but they went on their period, so we banged another time. It's not as if it's a put off for me. I don't really care. I really don't care. I don't mind. I prefer to bang, but not women who I'm interested in. So again, they've got to be attracted to me more than I'm attracted to them. First of all, my thing is, we banged. Did we bang? Yes, good. And then number two, how attracted are they really towards me? Because if they're attracted, they're really in love with me, they're attracted to me, then many things take care of themselves. Then number two, how good of character they are. And I explain why I choose these things, these particular parameters. Because if the woman really likes you, is in love with you, or whatever, she's got really strong emotions, positive emotions towards you, she's looking for you, she'd love to spend every single minute of the day with you, then even if their characters has got some flaws, she's going to make up for it, because she wants to stay with you. She's going to accommodate you anyway. She's going to compromise. You're in a better compromising position than actually, I've got to say the truth, that she is. It's also, I view relationships as a negotiation as well. So it's very, very important. I really, really love you to bits. And so that's number one priority. Number two, I take character as one of the most important traits, because number one, love can make up for any bad things that there are. So in her character and your character. So it's absolutely amazing. So number one, I look how much they love me, or they're attracted to me, whatever you want to call it. Number two, their character, because character is, I find it extremely important. The better character they are, the better for you. And then character is something that people cannot change as much, and it's going to stay there and very likely improve in the long run. So it's something you can count on. And then looks, you cannot actually really count on for too long, because they're over the years are going to deteriorate. As a number, we all deteriorate. So what I find is, again, whenever I prioritize looks over women, I get screwed over. Not screwed over, I don't have good experiences. So if I do this prioritization, I get much better quality of women, better quality of life, and so on. So I go for these three. One, how interested they are, how much they love me, how much they're emotionally attached to me. Number two, how good of character they are. And then only last, how good their looks are. And then in how good of character they are, I look also as what sort of jobs they do, whether business owners or whatever, that actually gives them point. But the things that give them point in my eyes is how much they love me, or much they're attached to me, how much they look for me. So that's number one. Number two, is their character. That involves also the type of work that they do, the type of people they are, and so on. And number three, only lastly, is the looks. Obviously, if they're really, I cannot really look at them. They're too ugly. They're too old. I don't. The other two, the first two, they're really cannot do anything. We can be friends, and that's about it. So, and this is how I'm always. I mean, I think it's also one of the reasons why they're attached to me, and they get this sense of, but look, there's only one of me. There's plenty of you, and they keep coming back for more, because also by doing that they get the sense implicitly, which is actually the truth, is that you can walk away. You don't really mind, because you've got, personally, I've got, if I stay in a place for a couple of weeks, surely I'm gonna hook up with someone. There are people who are better than me that actually do it within a night, possibly, but it doesn't happen for me. It takes a bit longer in my case. I'm not the best gamers on earth at the moment. Hopefully I'm going to get better over time. But I know as a fact that it doesn't take me long to hook up with another girl. And then if I stay in a place for long enough, then I start to get girls in rotation. Through my cold approach, through the way I close and so on, through my own game and through my character, which I'm actually quite open character. So that's really that's how I do it naturally. And to be fair, I would recommend it. Mind you, all these videos and all this advice is meant for people who have got the same problem as me, don't want to have only one girl, want to have many. Because to me, I cannot have one. One, I don't know whether I mentioned it before, one of the stories is I've had a beautiful Russian girlfriend, better looking than me, completely in love with me and so on, taller than me. I was 24, and she was a bit older than me. I was 5 years older than me, absolute freaking stunner. Taller, beautiful, complete in love. Quite okay character, with some flaws, but I mean, because she loved me, she actually could. That doesn't really matter. I mean, when women love you, doesn't really matter. And even, I mean, I was still attracted to other women who were not anywhere as good looking as these women were, and so, and this woman was, and nearly not in love, as in love as this woman was. Absolutely freaking stunner. And that's been a constant throughout my life. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, to be fair, if I could actually choose, I'd rather turn off this thing about me wanting so many women is incredible, and wanting women in rotation because it makes your life easier. But well, look, I'm born with it. So the good things about it is that at least I've got the experience, and I've got the drive to learn more about game, and I can actually at least deliver you some value through these videos and or the business that we are creating about teaching you how to get good relationship with women, how to hook up with women, how to seduce them, and so on. At least hopefully that's going to be of help to you. But that is my sort of problem, because if I could actually choose, I'd choose to just settle for one, and that's really it. If I could choose, but I can't really. I'm a freaking sex addict, and I've got a variety addiction, so I want variety all the time. So far, we'll see what's going to happen later on. So, and that gives me the drive to exercise daily, to work on my financial freedom, my financial success, to work on my game daily, and to film the videos for you, because whenever I film the videos for you of my approaches and so on, my seduction things, I see as a way of adding value to, but also doing exactly what I like doing anyway. So yeah, that's hopefully this video was of help. So once again, it's very important to, in my opinion, especially want to have a rotation of girls and keep them around, to always give that slight sense of there's only one of you and many of them, and in the negotiation thing you can always let go. Have no problem about letting go, and if they have that sense, they're going to be even more attracted to you. Don't do it, don't fake it, because women are going to sense it, in my opinion, and it doesn't work all the time, because certain women don't really like you, no matter how good looking you may be. Some women are also lesbian, so even if you're a best woman for them, a best guy for them, they're women who like women, and you cannot change that. So always focus, in my opinion, to those women who are most attracted to you first, and then look at the other things, and then by doing that as a you'll give off that sense of, well, look, you can leave whenever you want. I have no problem with it. I'd rather you stick around, but if you don't, that's fine. This is me. This is my lifestyle. You can either take it or leave it. And what you'll find is that if they really genuinely like you, they'll even like you more for it. I know it sounds a bit counterintuitive. It doesn't work all the time. I'll give you, I think there's one story, the full story about it I'm going to give out in a few months. But I mean, this particular girlfriend who's very good looking in China, I find that extremely attractive. People actually, it turns heads in China, but turn heads here as well. I'm in Tenerife at the moment. Great style, hot girl. No doubt about that. She really likes me, and she found that I have other women on the go was apparently a turn off for her, and she ended up by smashing the other woman because she found some makeup. I'll give the details about the story. Actually, I might as well do it right now. Basically, I started hooking up with one of these other new women, and this woman started leaving her makeup in my place, and I can't remember exactly how and why. I got a bit lazy and I forgot to put it aside so she wouldn't see it. And then for a few days, I was lying there. I mean, I don't really care because, I mean, other women are coming around. Well, we were just, they knew about it, so it wasn't a problem. But this particular one, she couldn't really tolerate it. And she was very possessive. She wanted me to only be hers. So, I remember I was lying in bed. I was around about 6 or 7 at night in the afternoon, and I look at I was sleeping, one of my naps, and I suddenly look at my mobile phone and I see a missed call from this particular girlfriend. I just thought, oh freaking hell, she's around, shit. And then by the time I look at the because I was thinking, oh, she may be gonna come around. By the time I look at the makeup that was still there, I hear the bell ringing on the door, and instinctively I go to open the door. I just woke up. I just woke up. I wasn't really thinking. I just realized that something. Oh, I was just about to be ambushed, so to speak. I think she had a sense of, because I wasn't contacting her. To this particular girl has been one of these particular guys who's, she really wondered why I would actually call her back and be completely always chasing her, because she's used to men chasing her and trying to hook up with her, but I don't, because I've got so many. I just haven't got time to do it. So as soon as as soon as the doorbell went off, I just went without even thinking. Oh, I'm a bit sleepy. I opened the door. As soon as I realized it was her, I wanted to just keep her out. Obviously, because we've been at the time together for a year or so. She sensed immediately that something was wrong. She walked in, looking around to look if something wrong, and she immediately spotted all the freaking makeup, high-end makeup, because it's actually still one of my girlfriends, one of my current girlfriends, makeup. I mean, they're still going on. I mean, after almost 2 years now, ongoing after almost 2 years. As soon as she saw it, she went ballistic. She started throwing this makeup all around, all the perfumes, very expensive stuff. I mean, because this particular girlfriend is a millionaire, and she completely freaked out, and then she took her backpack, and whoever she had is still in my place, and she left. And I remember exactly that feeling. So okay, good, she left. Oh, good. And I remember exactly the moment she walked out. I was, I mean, I wasn't on the phone with one of my many other girls, and pretty much another girl came around the same night. So to me, it sounds a bit harsh if women are looking at this, but are watching this. But I mean, to me, look at it from my point of view. I come from this one-itis thing. I mean, in the point is, in any relationship, you're right. Fortunately, I have to put it this way: it's more likely someone. I mean, a compromise is not fair. It's either not fair. You either have you either it's not fair on you or on the other person. I prefer to be better off for me, that compromise. I'm sorry to say, but throughout my experience when I was younger, when I was, as people say, I think they call it blue pilled, give fitting this narrative that you've got to chase women and you've got to provide for them and so on. Horrendous experiences, being never been able to keep a woman around, taken advantage of, and so on. But when I shifted that mind frame, I started approaching a lot, and I started being more of myself. Then, and then realizing, embracing the fact that I want a lot of variety and all that. The game changed altogether, and and I and I don't want to go back there. So the only other way that at the moment I know about is just doing it the conventional way, and normally you've got only one and they play. But there's another thing as well. I'm just gotta just finish it off with this. One of my long term girlfriends is kind of weird. As soon as when we're together for quite long, talking about sex is it becomes a bit. I mean, she starts in this way. Well, I've got a headache. I'm tired. I'm not in the mood. I've got my period. Not all the time, but it gets more often than not. And then as soon as she sensed and she knows that I'm banging another woman, bang, she's ready for sex. Period, no period doesn't matter. Late nights, ready. I mean, she's gonna get up early in the morning or not. She still bangs anyway. It's a complete switch. The moment she knows I either can or just bang someone else because she didn't know, or for whatever a reason, she becomes very receptive to banging, and absolutely amazing. So, if women are watching this, dear women, I wish I could. The world would be this perfect place which you like it to be, and you'd be as perfect as. It's not as if I cannot say that I love women, but it's just how things are working better for ourselves, men, and this is exactly what actually triggers your attraction. This is what I find, and this is what many other men have found. If so, that's life stuff. So you're not attracted to these very good looking providers males who actually we're taught to become. You're attracted to other traits which I've trained myself over the years to display, and all the strategies work in triggering an attraction. These are the rules of the game. This is how you're built. We are built to look at the physical expression of women, how good looking they are and how young they are, because the younger they are, the more fertile they may be. and the better offspring they can provide, put into the world, so your semen is going to be in safe hands. And you're looking for a leader. And this is why you're not attracted to looks, you're attracted to behavior mostly than anything else. And also you're attracted to men who've got plenty of option with women. That's another fact of life. You get attracted to that. A subconscious level, even if you don't want to admit it, pretty much law of nature. It happens so many times. I just got, since I was 14, I remember this particular lesson is stuck with me, and I didn't know how to solve it. Was that a girl was attracted to me, but she wouldn't actually hook up with me. But I knew she was attracted, she liked me. As soon as she saw me with another, I just said, I had enough of chasing this woman, had enough. I mean, I just keep putting so much time and nothing really happens. Nothing really happens. I was 14, I remember. As soon as another girl, I was actually flirting with another girl, and another girl displayed her interest in me, bang. She was attracted, started hooking up immediately. And that has been a constant throughout my life. And so as soon as, if a girl, you as a girl, you like a man, you may like the man, but you may not want to sleep with him. But as soon as that man, if you're just on the verge of sleeping with him, and you find him with another girl, or another girl is attracted to him, or you find out that he's sleeping with another girl, you may sleep with him as well. There's another story. I'm actually going off the topic of this, the men being attractive as soon as they've got women. I remember this particular case. I was actually studying hard. It was 2005. There was this guy, French guy, and he had a female friend who was coming around, but they never banged or anything of the sort. And obviously he wanted to bang her, but she wouldn't actually do it. And then at a certain point, a friend of it, a fuck buddy from France came around and they were banging. And I remember exactly, this female friend of his was looking for him, and she found out that he was busy banging this other woman. Guess what? As soon as this other woman left and went back to France, she actually started banging this guy. So I think it was a few months of this guy knowing this girl. Obviously this girl was attractive, but she wouldn't bang him. As soon as she found out that he was banging someone else, bang, started banging the guy as well. Constant. Dear women, this is what you get attracted to. So I wish it was different, but you're attracted to males who have got lots of choice, leaders, and so on. So we have to, if we want to be successful with you, we've got to be this way. And if we want to have many women, we've got to be this way. Even if we want to have one, we've got to still be a bit of this way. So if we really want to genuinely have your attraction, have you attracted to us. So, and you, in order to attract us to you, you've got to be good looking. Okay. So I think that's all for this video.